good.
So just looking back on the bye week, how do you think it was and how helpful can it be for you guys?
I mean, I feel like it was pretty helpful. You know, it gave us the chance to be able to flip the page, be able to focus on the last 6 games of the season. You know, I feel like when we came in for the bye week, Coach Lipo had a message basically saying that we're 0-0 again. This is a whole new season. And I feel like the guys took that message. You know, I feel like we attacked the bye week, and I feel like we've attacked this week. And, we're ready to go for game day.
Jalon, there's been so much talk from you guys yourselves after these losses that this isn't who we are.
Yeah.
How important is that to not only get back on track and stack some wins and all that, but show people who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen the talent on our team make plays before. It's not like, this is a new team where nobody's seen anybody make plays and, we're just falling up short of everything. And, I feel like we have to take that into account. We know who our playmakers are. We know that we have the ability to be able to make the plays. Now it's just about going out there and making the play.
Coach Leipold talked about the game against Arizona State being your best game of the season. Do you agree with that assessment, and how do you build off of that?
Like I've always said, I feel like win-loss column is really the stat that matters for a quarterback. And quite frankly, we still fell up short. And, I'm glad our offense was able to get back moving a little more, back to usual like everybody was used to. But, we still fell short. And, we have to be able to come out with a win in that situation.
How happy were you for Q? To have that kind of game.
Absolutely. Happy for that kid. For a receiver, I know how it feels. Like I've said, especially when you're starting off the year, not how you want to be able to start it off, and then you come back and you're finally able to make the plays that you're able to make. It just gives you that confidence, and I feel like he needed that confidence to be able to go into the next page.
There's a lot of talk about extra work you guys did.
Absolutely.
How much did that help it?
It helped a lot, to be honest with you. Those deep passes that we were not connecting on at the beginning of the season, we were able to see us be able to make that connection during the ASU game, and I feel like every single game we've been able to slowly but surely be able to keep on gaining that connection back.
Was that at the facility or at the house too?
That's everywhere.
Right.
We talk about the crib. That's film work.
Right.
I feel like if I'm watching film by myself, I'll be like, Q-Scan, next door. Hey, Q-Scan, come here real quick. What do you see on that? So, that's everywhere, honestly.
Yeah.
What will it take to get LJ going the second half of the year?
Yeah, I feel like LJ is just going to have to be able to go out there and make the play. I feel like I have to do my job to be able to put him in the position to be able to make the play. And I feel like that's just going to come down to our connection, being able to make the connection. It's not all on him. There's a lot of plays where I've overthrown him, haven't been able to see him wide open. It's a team effort when it comes to things like that. But I'm sure we'll be able to get him going. I'm sure we're going to be able to, keep his confidence up, because at the end of the day, your confidence is everything when it comes about making the play.
Jalon, a lot of close losses just keep stacking up. Just kind of what do you see of the psyche of the team and everything?
Yeah, I see us keeping our heads up. We know that, these aren't losses that this program has been used to in the past. We're losing these games by very short margins, and, that just comes to us not making enough plays when it's time to make those plays. If we look in the past, those little plays that make a difference in the game, we were able to make those plays. We've quite frankly haven't been able to make those plays this year, and, it's shown up in the win-loss column.
What do you see from Houston on film?
I feel like Houston does a very good job of being able to have their secondary move around. I feel like they have a lot of trust in their defense and being able to make plays and one-on-one opportunities. And I also feel like their D-line is pretty good at being able to, have those schemes up front, be able to make those games and be able to simulate pressures when it's just for a rush and not just them bringing extra guys.
Coach Grimes talks a little about the scheme and the way defenses are trying to stop you guys as an offense. Are teams using different stuff this year than they had maybe last year or the year prior?
Yes and no. I feel like a lot of the teams this year have definitely done some things different against us when it comes to watching them on film. They come out with something different that they feel is able to stop our offense, and we just have to do a better job being able to adjust to that. And I feel like in the last few games we've been able to make those adjustments. We've been able to make plays further in the game, not just in the first half, and that just comes with us being able to adjust on the fly.
And how much for you guys having those tablets on the sideline? How much does that?
It helps a lot, because like last year, you go over a play, you're like, somebody says they're open, and then you look back at film the next day, you're like, I don't know how open you really were if I would have really thrown that. But it's little situations like that where you come back on the sideline, you're like, okay, I missed this right here. Maybe if I see the same thing next time we run this play, I'm going to be able to hit it and attack it right here.
Jalon, what's it been like having Coach Z back down on the sideline?
Oh, it's been amazing. To be able to have his confidence, his aura around there on the field, being able to see him, be able to stay positive on the sideline no matter what's going on, and being able to just have him around the quarterbacks and be able to have quarterback talk. It means a lot because, when you're just hearing it through the headset, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm hearing it, but I'm not feeling it per se. And, you know, when I'm able to go down on the sideline and look at the film with my quarterback coach, it helps you even more.
Grimes has said you guys are facing a lot of cover 3. If you're able to take the top off with Quentin Skinner, does that force a safety back? Does that help out the run game? You know, what's that process like?
Yeah, they definitely have been coming out a lot of single high, and I feel like it's to be able to help stop the run game. And, you know, that leaves a lot of one-on-one opportunities with our receivers. And like I said earlier, that just comes to us being able to make the play. You know, if it is cover 1, if it is cover 3, we have to be able to expose that and be able to help our run game even more to be able to make sure that it's open in the box.
Coach Grimes talked about that you guys have generally been pretty good in the red zone, but these last couple of games had some opportunities where you get a turnover and you have to settle for a field goal. What can you do better in those kinds of sudden change situations?
I mean, if we're talking about last game especially, there was a flat route that I miscued skin on, and that was one of the detrimental plays that I wish I had back. You know, it just comes down to being able to make the play. I mean, it's not like we're calling plays and it's not there. Like, they're there. You see open man. We miss a throw. We miss up a route. We miss something in protection and coverage. Somebody's busting here and there. I mean, it's little stuff that we have to be able to clean up. It's not like things aren't going the way that we're planning it to go.
Seems like this team moves just better when they have that swagger. So how important is it just to get that swagger back, you know, obviously on Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like it starts with starting fast. You know, it can't be a trickle-down effect. You know, it can't be one negative play and then negative. Like, no, it's all about being able to bounce back from negative situations that happen. And, you know, like I've said, I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job of being able to find that in our offense again. You know, if something bad does happen, it's not just trickling down. We're making the play when it happens next.